So they did the only rational thing that they could think of, which was to immediately hop out of their car and start trashing everything in sight. Happy December 1st, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, which is short for Christmas, a spirit that everybody's in, but especially the consumers of McDonald's in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, where celebration was definitely all the rage this week, and was shared to us by the Twitter account of ATL Uncensored. Let's watch. And now you, sitting at home, might ask, what sparked this rowdy group of jingle bellers to go smashing through McDo in a crappy Chevrolet? And the answer to that question is Splenda. Specifically, a lack of Splenda. See, they wanted coffee, and presumably they're aiming to keep their blood sugars in order, but McDonald's was out of Splenda. So they did the only rational thing that they could think of, which was to immediately hop out of their car and start trashing everything in sight. And let's be honest, people, what alternatives did they have? Go to a Dunkin' Donuts or maybe a Waffle House? Please, don't make me laugh. Reputable journalists 11 Alive are reporting that the Atlanta police have issued a warrant for their arrest. That would be the customers, not the staff, even though this was clearly instigated the minute they were unable to hand over those yellow packages of sugarless bliss. Now, as you would expect, the Twitterverse was quick to weigh in, including tweeter Black Men Are Human, writing, "Folks got that much energy from McDonald's? Ain't nothing in there worth this." Meanwhile, Rambo's House diplomatically understands the customers when he tweeted, "I get the same way when they tell me the milkshake machine is down." And finally, yeah, I said it, weighed in with, "And just like that, I'm okay giving Uber Eats $35 per order." Look, y'all, I know it's been a tough 18 years since we've been under COVID lockdown. I get that we're all more than a little wound up, especially as the angst of the holiday season is right around the corner. But it's important to keep a level head in these situations and save that pent-up energy. You never know when you're going to need to channel it into an actual fight worth fighting. Just picture for a moment, suppose you were a Starbucks barista and TikTokers keep releasing hacks that make your life more difficult. Wouldn't that be worth a full-scale brawl? Well, wouldn't you believe it, it has happened again, as we learned from Messy Dirty Hair this week that any sandwich can actually be modified. As you would expect, baristas all over the USA were quick to chime in, and they were none too pleased with this being shared on a wide scale. For example, Jessica Karanovich calmly asks, "Why would you do this to us?" Senior Frappuccino mixologist Mike Yonoff actually agrees, saying, "Bro, why are you telling them that? And right before the holidays?" But just making sure that the consumers and baristas were all on the same page, Carla quickly jumped in to clear up any confusion by adding, "And by modify, we mean just taking something off. We cannot swap breads or swap meats." And Carla's absolutely right. If you're looking to swap meats, do it at a much seedier place, like Subway. Yeah. Now let's be honest. Starbucks frontline workers have definitely taken it up the chimney when it comes to TikTok over the last few years, with more hacks about their drinks and foods being shared than virtually all other fast food combined, making their jobs a million times more difficult. But I'd also say that that's some serious job safety, because it's become more of a fascinating, never-ending science of experiment to see how wild we can make our fraps and coffees. So to the frustrated worker, just know that I appreciate you and that you do bring a little bit of happiness into my world. And to the customers, just be kind. So we've got McDonald's customers trashing places, we've got Starbucks customers making obnoxious modifications, but over in the world of Burger King, it's an obscure 2006 video game released by the company called Sneaking that's getting some attention. This game, which sees players wear a Burger King crown and then they're forced to sneak around sets of Burger King commercials to deliver food to hungry customers, and no, I swear to God I didn't make any of that up. It was sold to customers buying value meals at the time, and some 2.7 million copies were in circulation. Now, some 15 years later, a pro wrestler named Leroy Patterson has acquired over 2,700 copies of the game, and he's looking for more. A lot more. Our friend Patterson has a dream. and his dream is to own every single copy of Sneak King. See, Patterson believes that the road to riches is to eventually corner the market on relative obscurity, and by buying up all the supply of Sneaking, he figures he's going to trigger a demand. Now, we saw this last January with the GameStop mob, and there's no reason to believe whatsoever that this incredibly well thought out design of ingenuity is not going to yield the same results. Patterson included a picture of the setup, and Redditor Keebler8448 was absolutely amazed at the space dedicated to this project, writing, "The fact that you actually have square footage in your home dedicated to this is astounding. Oh, that room? That's just the sneaking room." Meanwhile, marriage counselor The Outlet noted, "And he's married! His wife doesn't care that this much space is being taken up by multiple copies of a game? Is OP quite wealthy and have a home with many rooms at his disposal?" And finally, we heard from certified video game collectionist Charred Flame, who shared, "Yeah, seems reasonable. I have that many FIFA games. It says they're different on the cover, but I don't believe them." And that rounds up the news for the week, my friends. Have you ever tried to corner a marketplace? Would you ever consider hacking a Starbucks? And when was the last time that you grew violent following a missing condiment? Comment below, and of course, thank you for remembering to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.